Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I'm Ulturism. Joining me tonight is Sabrefox91o, here to bring you the Ruby Cup Finals. This is what it's all been building to. We have the two teams, PewPew Boostios versus LP Novaex. Saber, say hello.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome and thank you so much for joining us. It is a beautiful day as always, and I always like to say it for some weird ass reason. But yes, the three maps have been decided. We have Gibraltar and Ilios, Legion Tower, and then thirdly it's King Row. No, sorry, King's Row is first. I read that in the order that they typed that. Sorry, my mistake. But yes, we are starting off as always with King's Row, which is the favorite of most people. And then Legion will be the second map, and obviously then the third would be Gibraltar. I am quite excited for this. There's actually a lot of feud going on between these teams. They were actually chatting it off on the Facebook. So a lot of people is going to be watching, and I'm pretty sure there's a few bets in between the people at the moment.
I wouldn't be surprised at all about that. I'm a little bit sad about the map choices, I have to say. King's Row we see every single time we have a competitive match, and it's a nice map simply because it's really balanced. It's got a really nice choke on it. It's got that first capture point that guys have to get through, and it shows a lot of just team cohesion. It's got a bit of high ground and very nice, well-rounded map. It's just unfortunate that it's one of those maps that just you see over and over and over again. I would love to see one of the other maps, but it doesn't happen, unfortunately. Both of the teams are in right now, though. Give us some background about these guys. I know Elite Pro Novaex is one of the top, I think, 3 teams in the country at this stage. Not very knowledgeable about PewPew. What do you know about them, Saber?
Well, this PewPew team is actually a newly formed team, so they're quite a new team, but they actually worked their way up pretty fast into the first division. So even though they are a new team, they worked their way up. They even defeated Ecstasy Black, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, that is a huge win. I mean, Ecstasy Black was already one of the top teams. And yeah, it is confirmed. They beat Ecstasy Black 2-0. I'm not sure. I think if it was a forfeit, it would have been 1-0. But it seems like the scores here. PewPew beat Ecstasy Black. And Lepra, I'm not mistaken, also recently took Ecstasy Black on a win. So I think these two teams are going to be very tight when it comes to their cohesion and their gameplay and just everything they got throwing at each other. So, in my predicament, I'm not going to call who's going to win this, because that's actually, to be honest, I'm actually part of PewPew Gaming and you're actually part of Leapers, so this is actually already a nice feud we have going here for us at the moment.
I didn't even realize that. Jeez. Okay, so you guys know that we play other sports and everything. Obviously, I play Rocket League as part of Lead Pro, and you play Battlefield, so I didn't even think about that. Jeez, this is a little bit of a team rivalry going on here. Guys, we'll try and be as impartial as possible, but go Lead Pro. This is my stream, so, you know, we obviously get the benefit of the doubt in this. So, no, but that's a really nice bit of rivalry that we got going on here. So, guys, if you're just joining us, we're just jumping into the game. We have our maps. It is King's Row first, then Legion Tower, then Watchpoint Gibraltar. We have Elite Pro Novaex versus PewPew Boostios in the Ruby Cup Finals. Joining me today on my stream, actually, that's the first time I've had to say that, is Sabrefox91o. Just seems like there's a little bit of confusion going on with his Lead Pro side, but nothing new for our guys. Yes, you must see the WhatsApp chats. It's fantastic, the amount of fun these guys have, and just the amount of camaraderie that these guys have. I don't know if you've got any insights there for PewPew?
No, I actually do not have any insights for PewPew. This is keeping a down. Apparently, I was mistaken. It was Ecstasy Green. I'm not sure if that's a new Ecstasy team. If it is, then that's great. Because that means we have more people joining us in Overwatch, and that is exactly what we want. More teams, the better. It means that this cup will get extremely huge. which means the publicity will be there, and also then it's just a overall growth of a game, which is what we want in South Africa, for Overwatch to be one of the best titles for it can, to eventually take out one of the DGC titles at the moment. I'm pretty sure that name's going to change eventually, because DGC was the Do Gaming Championship, so it's probably going to be the Versus Gaming Championship now, if I'm not mistaken, because DGL actually changed their name to Versus Gaming now. So yes, but other than that, it seems like both teams are ready. We should be heading into the game pretty soon. Not quite sure when, but yeah, it seems like we are all ready.
Seems like we're ready on our side. I haven't seen anyone type into the chat. Wait, casters, yeah, we are ready. We can all go when these guys start the game. So, what do we expect from Kings Row? It's a map we see all the time. So, I mean, there's that flank round on the right-hand side for the attackers. That I'm very interested to see where these guys decide to set up as defenders. Any sort of guesses that you'd like to venture at this stage?
Well, I first want to determine who is defending. I think it's who's defending? Is Pew defending?
I never call this. I always get it wrong. So
yes,
I'm waiting for these guys to spawn in a little bit, and then I'll give you my 2 cents comments.
I'm not seeing like any overlay of players like actually behind anything. But yeah, for League Pro usually if I'm not mistaken, they usually defend on the ground. But it seems like we have Pew, which is defending first side. So how this Pew team actually plays is hard to tell. But my predicament is, to most people actually seeing our streams, they would know that the high grounds on Kings Row is the areas you want to defend. You cannot let them get up there and flank your whole entire team. That is just bad luck, and that's just gonna cost you a lot. But I seem to be wrong. We just have a bunch of people dancing on the floor here, so they're not taking us seriously just of yet.
So at this stage, we've got, let's talk about our team comp. PewPew Gaming's running Mercy, Kimbo on that Mercy, the Barnacle on the Soldier 76, Explosive on the Reinhardt, Job, I think it is, on the Zenyatta, Jinx is playing Tracer, and Hugo's has got the big gun of Zarya. The big golden gun. I'm seeing a lot of these guys on very favorite heroes of theirs, I'm guessing, considering at least, 3, 4, 5 of them have,
5 of them have gold guns,
the golden guns at this stage.
It seems like we are off, and League Pro is on the offense already. With the Corrupt BB has a Pharaoh with a Mercier just hanging on there with the little string, and the rest of the team is making a nice little flank. That's something different you don't see there, making a diversion from the left side while the rest of the teams push to the right. That is something different that we definitely want to see happen here.
Certainly, it's always nice for a team to hold that high ground as we see them. They're actually chasing the poor Barnacle up in that top ground. They know how dangerous it is for a soldier to be on that ground, so they make sure to pick him off. I'm surprised he didn't jump down at that stage. Now we just see them going to work on the rest of these. They've lost their main damage dealer, and now we see the Reinhardt shield going down, and Lead Pro actually takes quite a dominating first little push onto this point, making no mistake, losing no heroes whatsoever, and just securing that point in one push. What an incredible bit of team play. They knew exactly what their plan was from the beginning, and just made sure to take out the soldier before any sort of chance for a counter play.
Yes, Libra actually had a very nice push there, actually wiping them off completely, making sure they had that high ground and then just pushing up there. It seems like they are pushing the payload, sticking to that, but the rest of the team is just following up behind. Ecstasy, not Ecstasy, Pew is now actually just holding it, waiting for that first defense, making some damage there. It seems like we have already Genji, which is flanking from right side. Corrupt BB, wasn't Corrupt in the other clan?
I think Corrupt used to be part of Noobs Gaming, and then they split up, and some of Noobs, or the new Noobs, was part of it. I think they've got some sort of link to Noobs Gaming, so I'm not 100% sure. Here we see just the two defenders left from the side of PewPew Gaming. Now we see the Winston jumping in, but he's gone a little bit deep. He's gone against 5 of the other team, but he's done very, very well, making good use of that barrier. Jinx is coming in with the Tracer on the back line just to do a little bit of damage now as they're making some space and just stalling out this payload. Jinx does go down, unfortunately, but the rest of this PewPew side has taken their place in this front line now, and Explosive's very far away from his team as the monkey jumps out behind him. Transcendence comes out, and the Barnacles got his tack visor going, but he's just trying to shell bullets into that giant monkey, who ends up with a corpse flying over a building. That's a little bit of a gruesome sight, but enough work done. They push the rest of the Lead Pro side back, and it seems like PewPew's taken up quite a nice hold on this corner.
Yeah, it seems like the Barnacle actually saved them there with the tack visor, which helps quite a lot. It seems like Corrupt DV is struggling a bit getting the kills he wants, but he is not in time here. Pulse bomb going off there by, it seems like Raft, and nothing gets on. Rocket Barrage going down and gets taken down. We get a double revive there. Transcendence going off there by Lee's Pro. Not helping much. It seems like nobody's actually getting kills they want at this moment, but it's just as I said, but the kills are going off there. Also, sorry, a new feature that I see that actually show with the assists there on the kill feed. I'm not sure if you noticed that now, it's just me.
That does come with this latest anniversary update, and it's so nice to see, because especially as a support player, you're busy putting Discord orbs on everyone, and you never get the last shot unless you get a nice headshot. But a really nice bit of feature coming out there. But at this stage, we've seen 2 pushes now from Lead Pro now coming around the side. Hopefully looking to flank them, I'm guessing. Just trying to get up and around. And this could be a new strategy that this PewPew side has to deal with. But they've done very, very well in the first 2 pushes so far. There's a bit of a split up now as the monkey goes balls deep on the back line there. And the rest, he's separating this team so nicely. They can't get any of their damage dealers into the front line. Pulse Bomb goes there. Doesn't pick off anyone at this stage. And now Explosive's just keeping that shield up. Just trying to give some space for Kimbo to retreat to. And it looks like, in fact, this was indeed another successful hold by the side of Lead Pro. They've managed to push back PewPew 3 times in a row in the same place now.
Yeah, Pew is actually having an amazing defense at the moment here. It's something you did not expect at this moment, especially with that, different push with Lead Pro Tri there, like completely going from the side. You'd think that, something different like that would work, but it seems like Pew at the moment is just holding it together, not letting go of this defense they're having here. It seems like we the 2 Rhino swinger, Pulse Bomb going off yet again. These traces all over with the ultimates. Dragon Blade going off there by Genji and swinging left and right, but the Transcendence is saving them. Hugo's is going a bit crazy with the monkey, not using rage though, but he is staying on that payload, making sure nobody pushes it. Gets taken down at the end. It seems like this was the push that Lead Pro wanted, making sure that payload moves. But here is Jinx with a trace in the behind, causing so much damage and havoc for the supports. There's nobody stopping him. He's just running around freely and taking down Mercy. Wonderful job there by Jinx, and it seems like Job also getting a nice kill there on Cybernox.
These traces have been just incredible in this game so far. We saw there on that push, Kazuo pulled his Dragon Blade and actually got nothing out of it because of the excellent Transcendence coming out from Job. But they left Jinx in the backline. No, it wasn't. Sorry, it was the... Who was the Tracer player now for Lead Pro? Because he did an incredible amount of work in the back line there. I think it was Raft was playing. He's just swapped off.
Raft.
And he did incredibly well to actually secure them that push. And then they just got a little bit separated. Jinx got into the back line and did a huge amount of work against the Lead Pro side there. Now we see a Graviton coming out, but it's only caught Explosive. And Job is actually on the back line shelling some damage, and no one's actually focusing around. He and Jinx are from the side, and still they're tunnel visioning onto this giant Reinhardt, and the res comes out. Just a nice tempo res. My goodness, Job has had a lot of Transcendence this game. He just always seems to be able to pop those in the middle of the fight and get a huge amount of value out of those. Here we see the Earth Shatter coming down. Gets the... Raft? Yes, the soldier onto the ground. Manages to lock him down. No damage coming out, and Kazuo can't actually get back onto the payload. So we see a 50% or so push from this side of Lead Pro. Just could never get back around that corner to get back on the payload and take it those final few meters. Really well played from Jinx to just stall it out, separate the team in the back line, and cause so much havoc that they were not able to regroup and do a solid push.
The Pew actually did an amazing defense there. Even the Mercies from both sides. Actually, I think both Mercies got I think, if I'm not mistaken, about 4 revives each. That is a lot, and they used it quite well, even though they actually just got 1 revive. That 1 extra player, helps you so much. I mean, because most of the time it was the the Winstons who got revived. But other than that, it's, you know, those Winstons cause so much havoc and annoyance for you, jumping in, putting a shield and just going raging as well. It helps them so much. But something I noticed from Libro, they didn't really. It seems like they didn't communicate on which they wanted to focus. They just, yeah, they focused more on the supports, but when they left the tanks and the assaults just to run free and, you know, destroy them. You know, something I think they have to consider there is, you know, get that communication out there.
Certainly, no. They just, you were right. They seemed to just not know where the rest of the whole team was. They tunnel visioned so badly, and they didn't know when people were standing right behind them, drilling them with damage. And it's so dangerous to leave players like Tracer and Zenyatta, especially Zenyatta, who is so weak, who is so fragile. If you can capitalize on him very quickly if he's out of position, but if you don't know he's there, if you don't talk well as a team, that can just cause huge amounts of damage, especially when he's shelling into the back of a Reinhardt shield.
No, definitely. One thing that's very important in this game, and that is communication. It's all about the teamwork, the communication, and then lastly, the strats. But yes, we are off. Pew is now on the attacking, and Libro is defending. Libro is not leaving up the top side. They have a soldier there, which seems to be happening a lot these days of the teams. And it seems like Pew is already getting a few people there. Hugo's on the top there with Roth. He's getting in trouble, already abandoning his position there. So that means that Libro does have the advantage of the top ground. And it seems like Jinx there on the Widowmaker. So it seems like Pew actually had the advantage of the high ground, but not quite yet. Already losing 3 of them player. Libro is on the defense at this moment. And Jinx is just running away for her dear life.
Really nice bit of strategy that they had coming out. They picked the Widowmaker and they actually managed to get a nice bit of separation. I don't think the Lead Pro side was expecting that Widowmaker pick. And they were playing quite far out of the Reinhardt shield. But just no real capitalizations very quickly in the beginning of the fight meant that they were still trying to fight that 5-on-6 fight that comes with a Widowmaker who's not hitting shots. And that's not to say Jinx was playing badly. It was just that they didn't have like any picks on anyone at that stage, and it makes it very difficult when the Reinhardt's shield is doing such a lot of work and your Widowmaker just can't get the picks past it. And now we see a lot of action coming out as we get a res already in this game. Half of the point already capped here by Lead Pros. We see the Transcendence coming out, keeping the other 5 players alive. It was only Jinx who went down, so they've still got all their frontline fighters. What a nice Earth Shatter, taking out the 2 tanks there from the backside. But enough damage is being done. There's just no damage coming out from this Lead Pro side. Soldier's doing well, but he's on the ground. He's in their faces. And it just seems like this PewPew side has actually taken this point through just overwhelming numbers and survivability.
Yeah, actually, see, Libro did not want to give up that point, but they're defending it quite well. It was actually a very nice combination I saw from Cybernox and Roth. Cybernox actually did a straight-on charge towards the explosive, which is the other Reinhardt, and Roth just followed up with a rocket blast. So that's already a lot of damage, which basically meant his instant death. But even there, Libro managed to hold on to that point for quite a lot of time, a lot of more time with Pew was able to push onto that fight. So this has really put Libro in a bit of an advantage when it comes to the time duration they held it. But can they do exactly the same what Pew did in this corner?
This corner was the corner of death for that. Pulse Bomb going into the back line. 2 down already for the side of Lead Pro, and now it looks like cleanup time. They don't have a lot of space to backtrack, unfortunately, though. If they can't get some players out and stop this payload going very quickly, this game should be over very quickly. Jinx is on the high ground, shelling it down, and that payload is motoring towards the final point. Everyone's down from the side of Lead Pro, and that is a very quick win for the side of PewPew Boostios.
That was definitely an amazing push. I think Lead Pro actually gave up way too soon on that, but as soon as they saw their Rhino went down, they kind of panicked by the looks of it and then just moved back, hoping for a miracle to happen there. But definitely well played to Pew, and definitely I'm not taking this away from Lead Pro just yet, because anything can happen on this next round.
Sorry guys, I nearly swapped away from that player of the game there. We see this Lovely pulse bomb coming in, destroying the Reinhardt shield from the back, and here we just see just doesn't even need a Dragon Blade, just 3 really nice dashes going through. Barnacle did a lot of work for the side of PewPew there, just constantly positioned nicely. Job did incredibly well with his defensive assists, but explosive, just great positioning all the time, meant that there was no way for the other team to get a pick off, and really nice round by the side of PewPew Gaming to take this 1-0.
Oh no, definitely. And just before I continue, I was requested to do this. Lumi, you are acknowledged. There you go. Anyway, on to the next one, which is Ilios. What do you think? How do you think the teams will perform with it? This is definitely something different. Ilios is a control point, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Ilios is a control point. I see we need to just have a restart for one of the persons. So, guys, we'll be back in a couple of seconds. We can chat about the control point at this stage, so don't worry about that. But yes, the control points are always very, very interesting maps because it's not a case of you can just put a Reinhardt shield and get it up. It's much more about the positioning game. There's no clear-cut defensive lines or offensive strategies or anything like that. So really interested to see. We saw a lot of work from the Tracers in that first game, and I think if they can do as much work in this game, in this map, then they're going to really dominate the games, and it's going to come down to who's the better Tracer at that stage. But guys, we are ready to jump back into this game. We're entering the game. Now that you've seen these two teams in actions, are you still a PewPew fan?
Well, obviously. I mean, they still kind of took that first round, or both rounds.
Fair enough.
I'm still a PewPew fan, but like I said, I'm not taking anything away from Lead Pro because I have previously seen what Lead Pro is capable of, and I know they are capable of very dangerous comebacks. So PewPew must not, have that little confidence walk just yet. I'm pretty sure Lead Pro will come back with a raging monkey and a Reinhardt with a hammer on the head. So
I'm very excited to see this Job. Is he really playing the Bastion? He is. He's actually coming out first point with Bastion. They've got the May as well, and Barnacle coming on the Sombra. That should be a very interesting lineup there. Please, Job, don't swap. This will be the most fantastic Cancer lineup that I've ever seen. I see no support from them though, so yeah, I doubt it's going to stick to that as we see the Barnacle swapping off. Job going off. Oh, we're not getting a Bastion on this first point.
Why you break our heart?
He just breaks my heart when he does stuff like that. So
nobody takes Bastion seriously anymore. It's so sad.
You are a big Bastion fan, and I must admit he can do a lot of work if he gets into the right position. He's not focused well, so now we just see Lead Pro coming from the top. Big shield going in front there, and Explosives not scared to get his hands dirty at this stage. As we see them, just this whole PewPew side seems to have the advantageous positioning as they can just shell into this corridor that the whole of Lead Pro has to funnel through, and they can just spread out on the other side, especially with Raft on that pharmacy combo. He can just put huge rockets into the back, and they haven't actually lost anyone. 2 down, both of the supports for Lead Pro though, and Lead Pro might just have to back up now. We see Kazuo just putting on a little bit of pressure, making them drop back, and he actually goes down at this stage, so that might be the opening that Lead Pro needs to come back in and take this first point.
Oh no, definitely. Did you actually see we actually had a very nice starting push there, but they left their flanks open, and that left Corrupt just a nice little open red carpet there to destroy those supports because they did nothing to support them on a Tracer. It seems like the teams are going monkey at it. Explosive is trying so hard with that shield, but Corrupt is in the background there, just causing so much. Oh, it seems like we have the ground on Surge gun. Oh my gosh, and there comes the amazing revive. That's the kind of plays you want to see from Rizzy. That's definitely the player of the game. And it seems like it doesn't really help much. They're just pushing them back. Yeah, that's kind of excitement for nothing there. But then again, Pew is making a nice little attempt to get back on that front line there. Only 4 players there, so they are a bit of a disadvantage. Lepro is much on a very offensive play here.
Oh, nice little Earth Shatter coming out. Only catches the Lucio though, but that is a critical target. So that is a big pick in the beginning. And now we see that Tac Visor coming out, ripping apart the back lines. I mean, if you don't have a big shield to block that, it just does huge amounts of work. We see a Pulse Bomb just hitting the floor, not achieving anything at this stage, but Lead Pro seems to have done enough work at this stage. That Monkey is causing a lot of problems though, just managing to stay on that point, keep the percentages ticking up, and that's enough time for the rest of the team to get in and actually just reinforce us. Now we see Raft with that barrage from above, turns it around. We see the res coming out, and this is actually a very nice tempo res from Kimbo. Gets his on fire status, and they did so well in that first point to just clear it up so quickly, and now they just have to clear Corrupt up. Corrupt needs to try and stall this out for a couple more percentage, but they've already got 92% on the board. That is a huge mountain to climb for Lead Pro, but they have it on the point. They've got 2 ultis in the bag. They've got the Transcendence. Job has been fantastic with his Transcendence in this stage, in this game. So they've certainly got the tools to make this work, but they just cannot afford to make a single mistake in this game.
Well, at the moment, they already made the mistake. They really lost their Mercy, which is going to cost them some time. They seem to be staggering around, seeing what information they can get from where. As you can see how spread out they are at the moment. It seems like Pew is sticking together. Raft already taking down Jinx, so that's going to cost Pew a lot of time. There's really 3 of them going down. It seems like they're going to the advantage here of Lipro. That is something I want to see there. This is the time for Explosive to Earth Shatter going down. That is it. 4 of them right there. And Mercy going down. There's no revive there, but Explosive is the last to survive. This might be... Sorry, I spoke too soon. Jinx is right there. It's Jinx versus Cupid there with Genji. So this is a neck on neck. And here has the Barnacle with his little Transcendence. Bit of a waste of an ultimate from Job, I would say. But it actually did come in handy at the end because it got them the point. Nice attack and retake there from Pew at the end.
You know, you say that's a waste of Transcendence, but like you say, they kept the point. They could not afford to lose this point even once because they were probably not going to be able to turn it back. So you expend that ultimate because if you hold it, if you end the game holding that ultimate, you just look silly. So really nice bit of play. Very aggressive tempo res coming out from the Mercy Athena on from PewPew Gaming there, and Lead Pro is doing incredibly well building this charge up. They've still got 1 on the point. Jinx, but he does get taken down by Kazuo. Just getting that, and now it's a turnover. Lead Pro is going to have to get together very quickly, make a very solid push, because they've only got 2%. 1%, they can't touch the point, and that's the first round going to the side of PewPew Gaming. No, I lie. I've had my team swapped the whole time. Apologies, everyone.
I was thinking, like, what are you saying here? Like, they have the advantage at this moment.
What a mistake. Sorry, guys. I hate to win.
See where your heart is. It's fine. I understand, you know.
The guys just swap colors between matches, and it keeps throwing me off. Sorry, guys. Like I will get used to it. I will make it. So the first point goes to Lead Pro, not PewPew Gaming. Sorry if I confused you guys in the chat there. So that is a really nice bit, and that's what they needed. They needed to turn that momentum after the first point, after the first round, and we now see them taking a good dominating lead. Just had such a good first push and managed to hold the point for so long that they just only had to take 1 more fight after that, and they managed to.
Yeah, it seems like you have both Pharah and Mercy groupies here, but in the start they just completely ignored each other. Now they're hitting pot shots at each other, getting a nice one there with a Garnacle, taking Athena down. So that's already a support down for Lepra there, and Explosive getting a nice little Genji down. It seems like Pew is in the advantage here with the start. And they have the first point. Now they just have to hold it because they're already in a 1 round disadvantage to Lepro.
Certainly, you cannot afford to give a quick point away like this. And that's why a lot of teams shy away from these control points, just because that first fight often decides the map so often. But we're seeing Explosive going to town with this Monkey, just gets into the face of Baldric. Baldric managing to stay alive at this stage, but a really good amount of pressure coming out from this Monkey. Raft, no amount of jumping around is going to help you, friend, when you've got a Tesla cannon in your face, and doing some great cleanup work here. It is the Monkey, but they managed to actually repel this Lead Pro side Even though Lead Pro got in the point, managed to cap half of it, half doesn't start ticking up your percentages, unfortunately.
Now, I've actually been paying a lot of attention to the Barnacle with this Farah. His predicament shots are actually quite incredible. He is giving these people so much help from above at this moment, taking down the supports and also getting Mercy in the air and Raft in the air as well. So he's doing pretty well at the moment, but it seems like Corrupt BB's already got 2 people down there. It seems like Repo is in favor here, already getting a point, but then not dedicating for anybody to capture the point at this moment. Rocket Barrage going down from the Barnacle, but gets taken down at the end, and that is the push that Pro wanted. But that did cost him because PewPew is already on 72, but as we saw in the previous round, actually no, sorry, Pro did actually end up taking that again, sorry, my mistake. But yes, Pew is now on the attacking because it seems like Pro does have the points, and now Pew has to show what they can do when it comes to attacking.
They've got the ultimate advantage though. They've got 4 ultimates up just to the 2, but Raft's ultimate on his own can clear a team if he's not if he's in a good position, and he's got the sound barrier to back him up. So if he really wants to go in, we see the monkey coming up now just in time. Athena's got her ulti, so a lot of ultis coming out from Lead Pro that they've got to use at their disposal. They've only dropped the 1 at this stage, and it seems to be enough. Raft there with the second one just pins the 2 squishies in the corner there. Kimbo comes through with that res, but is it enough? I see a pulse bomb goes down, and it actually takes out the Barnacle. That's their main DPS player that's down on the floor now, and Lead Pro seems to be in a very good position at this stage. They are very split up though, and PewPew's in a very tight-knit group, so they've got a chance to push onto the point. Here we see the Graviton coming down. Boulder gets the sound barrier, but it's not enough to save Athena, and Athena was the only one with an ultimate left. Had that res, would have made a huge difference here, but it doesn't seem to matter. Kazuyo is coming in from the backside with that tack visor, and he cleans up enough. So they did lose 2, but they managed to hold the point, and they're up to now the same percentage as PewPew had from their first push.
Yeah, it's actually a very nice comeback there from Lepro. It actually seems like Barnacle changed from Farah to Soldier, but it's now, changed from Genji. Now he's back to Farah again, so they can't make up their minds at this moment. But it seems like he is sticking to the Farah. That Farah, he did extremely well, and it cost him, oh gosh, it seems like Raft got jinxed, so that's going to cost Pew already that starting push with 5 down. Lepro's already advantage there. Explosive going, Raging Monkey on point there. Rocket Barrage going down there, but Barnacle said no to Raft, not today. Gazoo taking down. Oh, it seems like nice. Something much is happening at the moment. But it seems like Gazoo is doing insane work for that Genji, taking down both supports and also then a DPS. Seems like they only have the Barnacle to worry about and gets swift strike in the air, causing Lepro to take the point yet again, leaving Pew in a disadvantage with 2 rounds.
Kazuyo did excellently, like you said, on that Genji at the last moment. He got into the back. Athena was doing very, very good work, just keeping out there. I think it is... No, Kimbo, I lie, on the Mercy for PewPew Gaming had a great positioning, stayed far back, but then you saw her just having to try dash towards her team as Kazuyo locked onto her, had her number, and did very, very quick work to manage to shut her down. And from there, you lose your main healer, and Baldrick was there with the speed boost. Apologies. Job was there with some healing and some orbs, but he cannot heal like Kimbo could. So a really nice bit of target prioritization. There is a word there somewhere. Sorry, guys. But it does mean that Lead Pro has now taken that 2 map advantage, and on a control point, having this much momentum behind you, you can see why I'm pretty sure they were the ones to pick this map, because they just know it so well.
Oh no, definitely. Well, it seems like we have Pew already taking at least 2 tanks. I'm not seeing 2 tanks from Lepro at the moment. It seems like they did go with a triple assault meta here, and it's working for them. But no, I spoke to Sim, they're already 3 down. It seems like Pew has the advantage of men. It seems like, oh no, Explosive taking down Raft there with the 5 rounds. Insanely worked there. And that is if Pew has the starting point yet again, but can they hold it up against the Lepro attacking squad? Because so far they've shown they can't defend, but how they can attack the hell out of you.
Man, that fire strike from Explosive to hit a far in mid-air is so beautiful. Like, as a Reinhardt player myself, I can appreciate how difficult that is. Now we see a nice flank by the side of Lead Pro coming around the side. They've got this dive comp working so well, and that might be why they're struggling to hold these points, but they can get in and they can get the target prioritization. Maybe not this time, unfortunately, as they have lost Baldrick already. We see Sabrefox has just respawned as well, and they've only got now 3 men on the point, but it is an important 3 men. It's Kazuya on that Genji, and he's got the support of the Mercy, so they do manage to actually push out this point, and they're starting to cap it with only 44% on it. I say only 44 like it's a negligible number, but considering they've pulled it back from 72% previously, certainly I give a lot of credit to Lead Pro to be able to push this quickly. Now we see Kazuyo's Dragon Blade doing incredible amounts of work, manages to take out 3 with the help of the Winston there from Sabrefox, and it looks like they've managed to repel this first push already from PewPew Gaming.
Yeah, something I'm noticing from Pew, they just don't have the coordination on this on these kind of control maps at the moment. What I've seen so far, I'm seeing control maps because it's the first control map I see of them. But so I'm just speaking in general now. But yes, it seems like they're just not, getting the picks either they wanted. Oh, over communications, very unlucky. Corrupt getting a double pulse bomb. Gimbo sadly had to use a reviver, but it seems like Kozo goes down in tactical visor, going there from Hugo's, getting a ref down, and also then Athena, so that's a really nice advantage there for Pew. Sadly, it seems like Hugo's gets taken down by a Raging Monkey, and the rest of the team is holding the points.
They've lost all their supports though, unfortunately, so it does mean a live Baldrick's there, but with the Graviton Surge, I don't think he's going to be there much longer, because Hugo jumps in, and he actually... They do manage to hold that point there. Just an amazing... They managed to stay alive through that Graviton Surge. Did incredibly well. Managed to take it, and just really quick reinforcements meant that they never turned over that point. So, really nice bit of PewPew, but I think the problem was that they lost that point to that first pulse bomb, meaning Kimbo had to res. If Kimbo had a res in that fight, I have no doubts that they would have taken that point.
Oh no, definitely. But it seems like XSC are just getting the picks that they wanted now. But here comes the heroes, never die for Athena. As always, that is much appreciated. Only getting 1 revive there. Rocket Barrage going down by Raft. Not taking down anybody, but it seems like XSC might actually have the push they want here. Postbone taking down Cybernox. Yep, that is it. With overtime on the fingertips there, Pew managed to take it back, so now they just have to defend for only 50% more. That's actually a lot, but also not a lot. It can all depend on how they defend, but it seems to be split up at the moment, and they have to change this a bit. They have to stick together now to support everybody as much as possible.
Kazuya actually misses. He swaps off the Genji to the McCree at this stage. And that's surprising, considering they only need 1 good push, and they've been doing so well with this dive comp. They only need 1 good push to take this point and actually take the map at this stage, and he swaps off it to the McCree, but he is standing. He's been taken out already. I don't know why he swapped off that Genji. He was using it to such advantage, but they are doing very well on this point in spite of that. We've got the Raging Monkey taking out that Reinhardt, and they've got 2 down to 1 now, as we see just actually, no, there, Hugo's still alive, and we see Mercy coming back in. Pulse Bomb sticks onto the Winston. Really nice bit of play by him. And it actually goes into overtime the opposite way. As there we have Farah gets onto the point at the last second. I thought that they had no chance in this. So it's overtime. Winner of this fight takes the game. And we see a Graviton Surge. Just catches Corrupt. He can't escape. That's 2 down for the side of Lead Pro. But Baldrick's there. And the res comes out. That means it's whoever comes in from the side of Lead Pro is going to be facing into the full 6-man of PewPew as Explosives, just swinging that hammer as fast as you can.
Yeah, it seems like Lead Pro is just trying to defend him so much. Pew is not letting go, and they were just holding it on so well. They just kept on pushing it 1 by 1, and they managed to hold it and annoy them so much. But at the end, they actually did push it down. So this means Pew is on the comeback snowball. So let's hope they actually can bring it back. This can go up to 5 games. If Lipo does take it now, this means that they move on to the 3rd deciding map. If Pew win this round, that means now they go to another round in this map, and if they do win that next round, it means that Pew actually takes this finals. That's quite exciting, actually. It all comes down to these little last moments, you know, this kind of things. That can either be a last moment or a nice little stretch for them.
What an intense last game that we saw there, though. We've seen both of these teams just show their power when they come in with a unified team, pushing onto a point quickly and taking it quite decisively. Both sides have shown that they know how to attack very, very well. Here we see that Lead Pro actually gets into that room first and gets the more dominating position, and now we're seeing Farah just raining down as the guys are trying to push through and doing huge amounts of work as that Raft and Mercy combo. Athena backing him up there, and that's a really nice bit of counterplay that has come out from this Lead Pro side, showing for the first time, if I'm not mistaken, that they're going to take the point first.
That is correct. This is the first time that Pew did not take the point from the start. So yes, it seems like Pro has the starting advantage here at the moment of the point running into their favor. So Pew has to come up with a nice little strategy or get the right pick at the right time for this moment. It seems like they are going for the traditional right side push because of that Farah. If you push that left side, it's going to cost you so much havoc if you use a little blast to push you off there.
Certainly can cause massive issues if you do get bumped off. That basically cancels an entire push, even by just 1 or 2 picks, and they go around the side. But the problem with that is that it becomes a firing zone for Raft. Raft doesn't actually kill anyone with his ultimate, does get taken out himself, and it does look like PewPew might be on the up on this push. They've still got all 6 of their men's up, and that's 3 down for the side of Lead Pro. The Rez comes out just to keep the tempo up. Manages to pick everyone up. Athena costs Athena her life, but they do manage to hold the point at this stage, and that percentage is still ticking up.
Yeah, I actually watched that little ticker on Athena's percentage for her ultimate. She was on 90% and she managed to stay alive until she got 100, getting a double revive. But it seems like we have the 2 tanks here fighting for that last point. Cybernox versus the Barracuda. But the reinforcements has arrived. Nice little tactic for Hugo is taking Athena, making sure they get no revives. But it seems like Libra still has the point, so they have to... Pew has to pull up their socks now. Revive going off there from Kimbo, getting at least 2 people there. So the advantage is at the moment in Pew's side. Well, they had the people on the flag, but it seems like... Yep, there we go. PewPew is the last one there, defending it to the end. And Pew managed to take the points.
Really nice Rez coming out there from Kimbo. Just managed to pick everyone up, and they had managed to take 2 picks from the side of Lead Pro. Athena nowhere close to her ulti, unfortunately. She can't be expected to save it every single time. So really nice bit of tempo play there, and managed to keep all 6 players alive from this PewPew side, which meant that they could push onto that point, and they need to hold it though. 85% is a huge, huge majority. So if they do lose this, that might be literally a single loss could give this entire match to the side of Lead Pro, and we see Raft coming over the top with that incredible barrage over the top. Combine that with Kazuya's tack visor and the Mercy damage amp, and that's just a huge amount of ultimates that they've pushed, and a huge amount of damage that they've been able to do.
Yeah, I think that was sadly the push that Lead Pro needed there, but it seems like we have ultimates going on. Transcendence from Joe pushing on straight on there. I could speak to Steve because this might be the strange push we want from Pew at the moment there. Nice little Graviton surge going on. Everything's ultimates going down, but it seems like Pew is an advantage. Only 3 people. That was it. Pew managed to push them off. What was that? Pew managed to use all their ultimates and it cost them nothing. They managed to push Lead Pro completely off there. That was a very aggressive push, very risky, but it worked for them. That's the kind of plays you want to see there. Those little last, those little last amazing pushes like those.
That was a great last second attempt to come in. They do have a lot of work to come in though, because Lead Pro is coming with the ultimate advantage. They've got 2 great defensive ultis, and it just could be a war of attrition at this stage. They've already managed to clock up thanks to Cybernox a portion of that point there. He's in very deep, and now he goes Crazy Monkey on the point, just separating them. Raft has another barrage, takes out 3 instantly. He goes down himself, but they still have the res from Athena. She can use it at any stage. They've got the sound barrier as well. Don't need either of them as they push this straight into overtime. What an incredible amount of ultimate and damage that came out from this Lead Pro side in the last few seconds. PewPew did so well to do that previous push, cleared out the points, dropped too many ultis though. Athena with this has to be the 4-man res after the Graviton surge here. There we go. Just hides, makes sure nothing happens, gets into the center and gets that 4-man res. Did so well at this point to make sure her team stayed alive and did incredibly well. Look at that healing, keeping the people up from the back there. Huge amount of damage done coming out from Raph though. He had 3 or 4 incredible barrages that just took that game and secured it for them. Well played.
Athena, you actually saw we got 51 of the kill participation. So she was basically 50% of his kills were because of her. And that's the kind of support you want. I can heal you and give you that amount of damage. But the last push that I did notice, PewPew was actually chasing down Kimbo, who was Mercy, and that was actually when she went down. It was kind of GG at the end there for Pew because she was the only one who had a revive or an ultimate, if I can say that, and that revive would have actually made they can get that last little part there. So it's just outstanding to see what these teams do. You know, that was the coordination that Lepro needed right there to get them that last little area. And you know, the risky push that Pew did to get that last second push. It's, you know, these kind of plays from these teams that you want to see. It is amazing, it's outstanding, and that is why we are here.
These teams are really showing off why they are so powerful and why they're such good teams in this game. They are showing their dominance at the top of the table and why this is the Ruby Cup Finals. And could we ask for a better Ruby Cup Finals? We saw PewPew taking that first game on the payload map, and now we have another payload. Is this going to be their map? Lead Pro showed incredible dominance there, just being able to control and such good positioning skills from them. So both these teams have shown their skills. Who do you do it? I have to just shout out to the Lead Pro team there, really representing the brand, showing what an incredible team they are and why they deserve to be here tonight. So this is coming right down to the last map to see which of these teams is going to take it home.
Definitely. Yeah, you giving a shout out to Lead Pro, which is very much well deserved, as we did see they actually did extremely well on those control maps. But I'm gonna have to be a little biased here. It is the escort map now, and we did see how well Pew did there on the previous map on the escort. But then again, it is a different map, so it should be, you know, it can go very much in both ways when it comes to who can actually take this. So I'm gonna put my money, and I'm not being biased or anything like that, but I'm gonna put it on Pew because of previous experience of what we see they can do on escort maps.
You know,
but,
yeah,
go for it. Lead Pro, what they did the previous round when it comes to their attacking, their reclaims, and their defense, they did extremely well. So if they can apply what they just did there on that second map on the escort defense, Pew is not going to stand a chance at all. So it all comes down if both teams can bring their coordinations. Both teams are going to be in a hell lot of shit, if I can be like. And sorry for the language, ladies and gentlemen, but that is straight up how I think it's going to be.
This was a family-friendly stream. Now it's not. Thanks for getting me banned off YouTube. So
everything's family-friendly anymore.
I will just put a not suitable for work tag in them there somewhere, you know. But you bring up a good point. Pew has the better defense. They do. There's no denying that. They showed it on the payload map. They were able to sit on that payload and just, you know, grind it the whole way very quickly. I think the one thing that's going to separate this, my money's on Lead Pro. It has to be, you know, like a bit of patriotism there. But Lead Pro has 2 heroes at their disposal that they use incredibly well. Kazuho's, I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce that. I must actually check with him. Kazuho's, Genji, and Raft's Pharah, both of which we saw dominate the last map. And this map, Gibraltar, is renowned for being a 3-dimensional map. Those two, if they get in the right positions and use that 3 dimensions to their advantage, they could dominate this map. So I think if we see some good showings from them, they have a really good chance to show their skills and take this map home for Lead Pro.
No, definitely. That is a very good point that you put out there. But we're gonna have to actually see what it comes down to the picks they make here. It seems like we have Pew already on the troll pick, so that means they are on a defending team. As you can really see, Jobs there on the Hanzo. Nobody goes Hanzo. Nobody is that peasant. But actually, I think Hanzo is making a comeback in this team. But anyway, we're not here about that. We're here about these teams, and you can see already we have Lead Pro on a triple tank meta. And that's just, okay, never mind. Raft really just screws up that whole thing because that whole speculation of that side. But yes, we see the two main tanks, Reinhardt and also a Zarya. Very good picks there. And then we have Raft there on a Widowmaker. So I'm guessing they think Pew is going to go for a Widowmaker or anything in that kind of area for that Widowmaker. Oh, sorry. I think Lepro thinks Pew is going to go for a Pharah, so that's why they have the Widowmaker to counter her. You know, that kind of whole effect.
Certainly Farah is very good on this map. Shout out to Flaz for the sticky notes idea. I do actually use those. The problem is I forgot to swap them when the team swapped sides. So don't worry, they're on the right sides this time. I know Lead Pro's in blue and PewPew's in red. So I've got it, guys. I won't be confusing you too much this time. Raft, that sniper pick is very useful at this stage in this map because you have that high ground advantage, because you have a great amount of open space and good sidelines. But Jinx has also picked up a sniper there, hiding in the back. There's no one on the high ground for her to pick off now at this stage, though. And Sabrefox is going to have a lot of responsibilities just keeping up that shield there. And we now see the payload being pushed into that little car wash area. And it's now going to be a case of, can they hold the high ground? It's how teams push through this that really determine whether it's a full hold or just a flat wipe in this first point.
Now you see Pew already making a nice little steam train, making sure that payload gets pushed all the way up. And it seems like nobody has really lost anybody here. We have a few picks here from the snipers and a fire blast from here, there from both Reinhardts. But it seems like Jinx actually won the sniper match and Robs gets taken down. Which means Lepro is in a bit of a danger zone right now. It seems like we have the Barnacle, sorry, which is causing so much damage. Already taking down Athena and Explosive taking down the other Reinhardt. Is in the advantage at the moment here, and Lepro is suffering at the moment. It seems like they are split up way too much at the moment, and that payload is just moving on freely to the next checkpoint.
They managed to stagger the deaths of Lead Pro really, really well, managing to pin Kazuo in that server room and take him down a couple of seconds behind his team. You see him only just respawning now, which means this next fight is even probably going to still be a 5v6. So really nice bit of play there coming out from the PewPew Gaming side. Raft is on the high ground, and Lead Pro did very well. They lost that first point, but instead of trying to fight it, they get themselves that advantageous place on the high ground. Raft needs to be very, very careful though, because Jinx is still on the sniper, and if Jinx gets a good headshot, it could render that Raft placement completely useless. But no picks at this stage. Now we see a Graviton, and the pulse bomb comes through. Manages to pick up 3. Great res by Athena. Manages to pick everyone back up. What an ultimate combo that did. And now it's actually Sabrefox's turn to inflict some pain. Gets the Earth Shatter down. Transcendence comes through. No one was able to be picked off in that Earth Shatter. And now they really need to do a lot of work. Lead Pro's just not managing to kill anyone. Again, the Earth Shatter just claims Baldric as his victim. But this PewPew Gaming side is pushing quickly. They still have nearly 4 minutes on the clock before they reach the last checkpoint.
And the next checkpoint reaches, and they have 5 minutes. And Pew is definitely showing that they are definitely a team to be feared when it comes to these kind of checkpoints. Oh, nice little flippin' high noon there by Raph, getting at least a double kill there. That's going to cost Pew some time there, but nobody is stopping them at the moment. But it still seems like Lepro is not doing anything about that sniper. Raph basically gets second down with a Barnacle. Barnacle is doing quite some damage with that Tracer. Explosive is trying to hold his own there, but he gets taken down. Sorry, no, his shields get taken down. He's just trying to do a charge and cause so much distraction as possible.
There we go. Like you say, no one was dealing with the sniper, and Kazuo's swapped onto that Genji that he loves so much, and he's now pretty much been placed on Widowmaker Central. They've swapped Raft onto the Winston, in fact, as well, just trying to do both of those, just so that they've got a little bit of area control in this sort of thing. Kazuo is doing very, very well in the back line, managing to be completely elusive, while Raf just comes into the back. And this is the first bit of life we've seen out of this Elite Pro team, and how to come back is this. This is how you do it.
Oh no, definitely. That is something you want to see from these teams. They can see, okay, Widowmaker was a problem. How do we fix it? And they got themselves a Genji, and they got themselves a Winston. That's the thing you want to see from these teams. Constantly changing and constantly just enhancing their plays. It seems like Raft is really taking down Jobs, so that's a disadvantage there. But Raft's Dragonbait going down by Kahuza, taking down Mercy. That's really gonna cost him a lantern. Cybernox taking down the Barracuda, and it seems like Hugo is gonna be the next one to go down. But I have spoken too soon. He said, "Explosive, you are next."
Man, that whole fight just looked like it was going PewPew's side there. They got the Graviton and Pulse Bomb combo. They did, but Baldric, really quick reactions and manages to actually get the sound barrier off before the Pulse Bomb goes off, meaning everyone stays alive. And then just between him and Athena, they managed to pick everyone back up, didn't lose anyone in that Graviton surge, and then they managed to come around with the turnaround. And that was a huge commitment by PewPew Boostios there, and they didn't pick up a lot of positioning on them. And now we see Sabrefox lets a shield go for a second, and there comes the Earth Shatter through. Doesn't manage to pick off anyone though. It's a lot of ultis coming down from PewPew Gaming and not a lot of ground being pulled. But as I say that, they just get 3 picks at the same time. Athena's there to pick them all back up though.
Yep, and seems like we have Chirp there with another Transcendence there, which is kind of safe, and Jinx there, also with a Tactical Vision, takes down Lucio. It's the first Lucio. No, sorry, not the first Lucio. Scratch that. Athena is all over the place, constantly going from left to right to the trainer, but Barnacle takes her down at the end. Kazuna taking down Jinx. Hugo's taking down Kurab Vivi. It seems to be neck on neck. Earth Shatter going down by Cybernox, getting a double kill there at the end of the help of Raft. We have a nice little revive there. Kuhuzo going with the Dragon Blade, getting almost a triple kill there, but Cybernox took that away from him, but it's not a waste because it's still a team.
Really nice bit of teamwork there between Sabrefox and Raft. Sabrefox manages to get the pin on the Reinhardt, and Raft knows that he can't get the kill on his own. He's probably going to get bubbled up by Hugo, Zarya, or something like that, just keeping him alive. So he jumps in as Sabrefox's pin hits. Raft is already there with that Tesla cannon, doing a huge amount of damage. Or not a huge amount, but certainly enough to get through that last little bit. Kazuo is being targeted there, but he's still not able to be taken down at this stage. Corrupt jumps very far into the front as Zarya, getting that bubble in their face and giving them no options but to attack him. And Kazuyo is now doing a lot of work in this back line, but he needs to be very careful about explosive. We see the Pulse Bomb and Graviton Surge combo coming back, doing it again. That's 3 times they've executed it perfectly. This time it works. There's no sound barrier to try and counter that out this time. But this Elite Pro side is staying alive. There's still 4 of them around this point, and now it's their turn to inflict some pain on the PewPew Gaming side.
Yes, PewPew actually had the advantage there for a moment, but they just didn't utilize it as much as they could, and it meant that they lost that little point there, giving Elite Pro time for the reinforcements to arrive. It seems Lepro is definitely holding this corner quite amazing. Earth shots are going down there at the end of a Cybermox. It seems like he gets taken down at the end, and Fino was close to follow up. But Barnacle is just on fire today, and they get second down by Kahuza. Hugo's second down Corrupt, Explosive taking down Lucia. It seems like this might be the last little push that Pew wants, but it seems like Raft is just being a nuisance at the end. And here comes Athena yet again with the revive, and that is what Lepro needed right there, that last little push. With only 18 seconds for Pew to push him in last point.
I cannot believe how long Raft has stayed alive on this Winston. He's just done so incredibly well to just keep jumping up, keep getting that ultimate. I think it's too little too late at this stage. He did incredibly well. They are in overtime. He's forced out a huge amount of time commitment, and they've got one more fight. I see there Barnacle and Hugo's trying to climb up that entrance there. But Raft is back out onto that point, and now we see the Transcendence coming out. Kimbo's also got that res, so if he just stays safe and uses that at the right time, and I see he is hiding away at this stage, not getting onto the point. He knows how important it is. If they have any chance of making this overtime go to a full push, then he needs to just stay safe and get the picks when he can. Now we see a lot of people coming down. Is he going to jump through and get that res? We see him go down there onto the floor, just keeping everyone alive at this stage. And a lot of these lead pro guys trickling out at this stage, but they're staying alive. The PewPew Gaming is just not able to kill these guys on this last point, and respawns will always favor the defending side at this point.
Yeah, I see Explosive here on the Winston. He is not leaving that payload side. He is making sure it's his responsibility to stay next to that, and he's just not dying at all. He's killing anybody who comes close to it, but he is not dying. But they're not killing the people enough. Lepro is just coming out 1-by-1. Explosive getting another ultimate for a little time on this overtime, but he's been there. And then we have a nice little Graviton surge going down. This could be what they wanted, but sadly there's nothing to implement on that. Rafts is over there, pushing them off. Barracuda's there. Self-destruct coming down by... taking out Explosive at the end there, and here comes the Heroes Never Die. This is the endless battle, and it seems to be going in the favor of nobody because everybody's staying alive. But as I say that, it seems like Pew is slowly losing over people.
You do eventually, as you commit all the ultimates and you have to try get something out, and they got that Graviton Surge. I think that was at least a 5-man, maybe even the full 6, and now the Graviton Surge comes the other way. Hugo's can't get on the point, and that's the round 1 with millimeters to spare. Lead Pro managed to hold that before it gets to the final point. So 2 points coming out for PewPew Gaming. Lead Pro is going to have to do a lot of work to get it even that far though.
Yeah, that was quite amazing work there. I mean, as we look from what happened there from the side of Lead Pro, they had about 5 people who was on fire. So that is quite mind-boggling. You see, you can stay that much alive and then eventually your whole team be on fire. And just a nice little mention there for Light. He is begging for his little mention. Mentioned as... Yeah, you got your mention, sir. But yes, this is... There was amazing push there from Gaming. But when it came to that last corner, Lepro just showed that they were the team to be reckoned. They just held it on even to the last little point there. Even though Explosive was just constantly hogging that little like a slug. Oh, sorry, like a leech. He was sticking onto the payload, getting it inch by inch, but sadly at the end they just got pushed off. Now we see Lepro is going to be on the attacking side, which is still blue, and we have PewPew Gaming on the defending side, which is red. What is your predicaments when it comes to now Pew? You're previously on payload maps that they've defended so well, and what we noticed now from the previous round. What do you think is going to happen in this round?
Man, Lead Pro can attack. There is no doubt on that. I'm very interested to see if Raft stays on that Reaper. Reaper has a bit of use on this map because of the 3 dimensions. He can get up behind people if they're not guarding that high ground and drop down on them and do a lot of damage. I see no last minute changes. Corrupt has to swap off the Hanzo. There we go. Raft, there we go. That's the Pharaoh that I was talking about previously. Him and Kazuo could do a lot, and if the Pharaoh gets a nice little boop off this high ground, knocks people out and scatters them very quickly, they can have a lot of pick off potential. There we see that knock. There's the concussive blast, shatters everyone, and now you see Cyber Nox and Corrupt just going to work on individual targets. They know how to do this. There they get double kill. Kimbo and Explosive, probably the 2 key heroes to holding this first point, and now it's cleared up time for the rest of the team. Really, really nice bit of play and really nice bit of use of abilities there. Raft got the perfect concussive blast there to start that off though.
Yeah, as soon as that concussive blast went off, the Pew players just scatters all around, seeing where they can go, but they actually, Lead Pro actually completely forgot about the payload. They left it at the back, but it seems like we have Pew here making a nice little retake here. Leaving Explosive at the lone there, the rest of the team is falling back. It seems like we have the people here at the top ground, Jinx and the Barnacle, but Barnacle gets taken down by Roth. Roth is just hammering him down. Hugo's there on the Pharaoh, flying around left and right, but Roth yet again taking him down. Canvas is the last alive there, waiting for that last little healing. He's on 2%, but he can get a revive, but gets taken down at the end. It seems like Leap Play did a nice little attack there. I think they did that faster what PewPew did. So already PewPew is in a disadvantage when it comes to the time duration.
Look how far forward and aggressive this this Lead Pro side is being, though. Corrupt is nearly by the other team's spawn, as they've just got Cybernox sitting on that payload. I'm surprised they're not dedicating slightly more people to that just to get it to push slightly faster, but they are putting in a huge amount of pressure onto this PewPew side. Probably just trying to desperately make sure that they don't group up, don't get a unified force behind them, because they know that they are very, very good, and they managed to push it halfway through this hangar, gets the stick onto Cybernox, doesn't kill him though, as they now just back out, and it does seem like PewPew has made their defense work. Maybe just a little bit over aggression there by Lead Pro to go too far and not push that payload. It's no good making space for your team if you're not making space for anything. The payload's in your possession. Get it moving, get it as far as possible, and just make sure that the space you're creating is counting. I see a tourbillon turret though.
My god, you're actually right. Yes, we have a tourbillon turret. I actually didn't notice that until you pointed it out. Nice little call there. Tourbillon is actually a very nice play. It brings in a 7th player in the game, and Hugo seems to be utilizing it quite well. But Kahuto is not having anything of it. He is giving Tourbillon a run for his money. Hugo's taking down Athena. It seems like a tactical vision of a barnacle. Taking down Raft, which is already a nice advantage for him. But Corrupt is on fire with the assistance of Kahuzo there. Cybernox trying so hard to take down that turret, but gets taken down at the end of an explosive, and then we get a nice revive for Kimbo. So that already puts Pew an advantage to only 2 people on that payload. So just 1 left now.
Really nice bit of play there. Explosive actually missed his Earth Shatter there. I don't know if you saw it. He put it through there, and he was trying to get too many people, I think, and just ended up putting it between them. And I thought that could have cost them there, but this turret is doing a huge amount of work. Apparently they've had enough with Kazuyo jumping around in the background, Raft floating through the air, uncontested, and they just go, right, we got to put a turret there. We get a sticky bomb there from Jinx. Manages to take out Cybernox. Corrupt actually did it there, managing to do really, really well. And this Lead Pro side is seeming to not let this tourbillon get set up at any stage, but he gets the Molten Core, he gets that level 3 turret, and this is a huge amount of damage. They need to get their supports out of there, otherwise they're going to be minced in no time. Kazuyo jumping around here, and Athena are actually fighting under the turret. Athena does go down though, and now we see this turret really paying off, as it can just take down these elusive characters, these Lucios, these Genjis. No chance against a tourbillon turret in a setup in a good position.
Yeah, Hugo's actually played for turret in a very nice place. But you see, what I noticed is the communication coming in, and Raft is just constantly looking for that turret, taking him down, looking for nice sort of slicky spots, so he can shoot it without getting shot himself. But he's in a position now where he can't actually do anything about it. The Barnacle is trying to take down Raft there. We have a nice hit-on-hit fight there. Barnacle taking down Raft. That's the kind of plays you want to see there from the little soldiers we have there. But it seems to be chased off there from the top by Kahuzo. It seems like Lipro is using the high ground to their advantage, making sure that Pew doesn't even get close to the high grounds.
Pew's done an incredible job already, even if they give the payload away in this point. And they could, because Kazuo's up in a really nice position with that Dragon Blade ready there. We've also got Raft with his ultimate that he's been using so nicely. That barrage has been getting 2-3 kills every single time. So they've got a really good amount of ultimates. Watch Kimbo though, he's got his ultimate and he's been getting some incredible reses in this game so far. Raft goes there, manages to actually take out 2 people and the turret. Kazuyo going mad with the Dragon Blade, going in the back. Raft is there to clean up, and not even Kimbo's going to be able to res that many people, especially not when he gets taken down. Look at the time though. Look at how much work PewPew Gaming did. There was 4 minutes on the clock before they activated the payload, activated that checkpoint. 5 minutes 22 that PewPew had to push that final point, and they didn't manage to do it. Lead Pro has 2, maybe 3 pushes in here.
Oh my gosh, sorry to interrupt. We have a Bastion in play. Yes, Hugo's my man. We have a Hugo, but Raft is already giving him so much trouble when he gets taken down. He did not focus on the right target there, sadly. But it seems like the Lepro already did a better advantage push there, getting so much progress there. So that already puts them a better advantage that PewPew had there.
Certainly, but that's why you don't see Bastion come out that often. It's just if you have a really good Genji, you can play around the back line. He knows how to take him out. Hugos comes out in the corner though, and he's setting up. He's had enough of these guys. He's ready to shell and damage there, and with the damage amp from Kimbo, They need to find a counter to him, and quickly, because at this stage, Reinhardt is not how you go against a Bastion unless you can get someone in the background just keeping him busy there. And you're the Bastion player. How would you deal with this situation?
Be honest, the only way to focus on a Bastion with already a Mercy, heal, and damage boost is with a Pharah flanking, which they are doing pretty much now. And they are almost there, getting it right, but it seems like not quite yet. At the moment, they're going to focus so much attention on this Bastion that they're going to forget about the payload, and it's going to cost them all their time. So this is a 50-50 moment now. They either have to focus on the payload or on the Bastion. So this is a very good play from Pew at the moment here.
Raft and Corrupt going up there with the Soldier Pharaoh combo, trying to get enough damage to shut down this Bastion, and they just can't do it. They need a unified attack, and there they get it. They manage to take down the Bastion, but is it too little too late? They've got 27 seconds. Cybernox gets the pin on Explosive, but he gets the Earthshatter on 3, manages to take out Cybernox's Reinhardt of his own, but he goes down. It's now a game of spawns, and there we see the res. Raft is up, gets that... The barrage just not doing enough work. Barnacle now getting the attack visor back the other way. And that's everyone dead. 2 seconds, 1 second. And it looks like it goes to PewPew Gaming.
Well played there, PewPew Gaming. I actually think that last Bastion caught Lead Pro completely off guard. And they just couldn't figure out how to do it. They just didn't know how to handle him. They did eventually figure out how to handle him. But then, like I said, they just had to focus either on Bastion or on the payload, and they chose Bastion, and it cost them the game. And as always, the amazing rise from Mercies gets the players of the game. This is probably a 5-man Mercy here, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, sorry, that's only a 2-man Mercy here. Oh, brilliant work there by PewPew Gaming, and a very nice try by Lepro. You guys, both teams did extremely well. This is the plays you want to see, but at the end, PewPew Gaming took the Ruby Cup Finals.
So guys, I hope you were with us through the whole way through that. What an emotional roller coaster. PewPew took the first match with quite a stomp there, actually, pushing that payload really quickly through, up to the point where they got stuck on the corner. Lead Pro just managed to hold it there, set it down, and then it was the other way around. Apologies. Lead Pro pushed it really quickly. PewPew held up on the corner and then did a very quick push of their own to get it to there. Took the first point, took the first map. Lead Pro then fought back through some very tense control point maps on Lijiang Tower. Managed to take that, coming back from 72%, and I think even worse on the second round, to do really, really well and hold that in the 3 maps to 1. And then this final map came down to the last few millimeters. Both teams managed to get to that final end there, but Lead Pro just could not get past the Bastion. PewPew Gaming brought it out in the last 2 minutes, and that was enough. It took them enough by surprise that they managed to shut down the first push by it. By the time Lead Pro had figured out how to deal with the Bastion, the rest of their team was dead. So really, really well played by PewPew. Really well played to Lead Pro, but we can only have one victor, and it is PewPew Gaming. So I have to now swallow my pride. Congratulations there, Sabrefox. Your team was the winner.
Yes, but let's not take anything away from Lead Pro. Like I said, they did perform extremely well, and at the end there, I think if Pew did not go on the Bastion and caught him off guard like that, I'm pretty sure Lead Pro would have taken that. So it was just that last pick that basically made the game for Pew and sadly broke it for Lead Pro. But then again, both teams actually did extremely well. We actually saw how dominant Lead Pro was on the control maps and how extremely well they did in that last little area on Gibraltar when it came to defending it. But yes, like you said, there can only be one victor, and at the end of the day, it was Pew Gaming.
So guys, this has been the Ruby Cup. I don't think we have any more cups, do we, coming up? I think this is it.
Yeah, I think that was it. I think we just have well, I want to say DGL, but it's now the Versus Gaming League. We are in the final league, and then after that, it would be the I want to say the DGC Championship, what DGC stands for Championship, yeah, but I think, like I said, I think it's going to change to Versus Gaming Championship, which is the finals. Hopefully, Overwatch will be a rage title where you can see them play live at LAN. If not, they will be playing online.
So guys, I have been Ulturism. Joining me today on my channel was Sabrefox91o. This has been an incredible game, been epic as the players are saying there. I really hope you guys join us in future. If you guys want to keep up to date, check out the description. I should have all our social media links. Otherwise, search for us on Facebook. I'm Ulturism and Sabrefox91o. And we're on Twitch. I'm on Twitch anyway. You can find that. Make sure to hit that like. Make sure to hit that subscribe. And just get us and keep up to date. Because we will be bringing you all the future action that we can. And there's going to be more games just like this. That's it for me tonight though, guys. Saber, any last words?
Yeah, Bastion rules.
So, well played to both teams, and well played again to PewPew Gaming. Cheers, guys. We'll catch you next time. Bye.
Thank you all so much.